Welcome to Beer Disciples. I'm Ross Quintana, and today we've got a beer that I'm really excited about. This is a very highly rated beer. This is the Prima Pils from Victory. Okay, so this is from Victory Brewing Company. Bill Kowaleski is the brewmaster and president there at Victory, and they're out of Downingtown, Pennsylvania. The style is Pilsner. Generally, this style is a pale and hoppy lager, basically. It's like I said, it's sometimes it becomes a catch-all for some other styles or beers that don't fit into other categories, but it's a German style in general. There's other variations of it, but the style, I believe, originated in Germany. And ABVs you can expect between 4 and 5.5, and this one in particular is 5.3. The IBUs are anywhere from normally in this style about 28 and up. This one is 44. So, and they generally use noble hops. And this one uses, for the hops, it's German Northern Brewer and Czech Saaz. And the malts are two-row German pale. So this is available year-round. This particular one, it suggested serving temperatures between about 40 and 45. So it's something that will be, you can have nice and cold. Some people will, see it as a refreshing style. Give you the description real quick here. They've got a whole bunch of stuff on here, but from their website it says heaps of hops give this pale lager a bracing herbal bite over layers of soft and smooth malt flavor. The refreshing combination of taste makes Prima a classy quencher in a tradition of the great pilsners in Europe. So yeah, it's very highly rated. Like I said before, on BeerAdvocate has this as the #1 pilsner. RateBeer has this, I believe it's number 4 on there, so it's very high. And as a matter of fact, this company, Victory Brewing, makes multiple versions of pilsners, and I think in BeerAdvocate they're 3 out of the top 4 are theirs, and they're flooded in the top 20 on RateBeer also. So obviously this is a style they do very well. So let's check it out. Crack this baby open. I'm excited to try it. This isn't really my style, so we'll see what I think of it. Hopefully this is a great representative. Certainly is rated high. RateBeer gives this a 96 overall and 100 out for the style, so that's pretty impressive, especially considering it's out of 1,746 ratings. And BeerAdvocate has this as an A- out of 1,732 ratings. So let's check it out here. Let's get the pour. Oh, wow. So that's pretty impressive. Looks, it's actually filtered, but it looks kind of cloudy and hazy, as you can see, with a decent amount of carbonation. Really nice white. It looks similar to Hefeweizen, but a little more yellow. But the head color, very white, kind of soapy bubbles. I can't really swirl it too much, but pretty good. I'm gonna give that. On appearance probably a. I'm going to give it a solid 4. It looks good. It looks pretty impressive. So the bubbles are kind of large, so I can see it's almost soapy. So I'm guessing they're going to kind of go away a little bit. And I'm pretty sure that this style is supposed to kind of retain their head a little bit more. But anyway, let's check the nose on it. Yeah, that's pretty impressive. A little taste. Sometimes you get a little too close, you have to take a dip, don't you? So I'm definitely getting, as far as nose goes, you're getting some floral hops, a little bit of citrus, I'm getting a little bit of a sweet. It almost smells like it's going to be kind of an astringent or uh, characteristic to it. Not bad. You almost get a hint of lemon. It's not too overwhelming on the nose. Smell for me, it's going to go 3.5. You know, again, I said this isn't my style, so I don't know. Maybe this is exactly what the smell is supposed to be like. I drink imperial stuff, a lot of imperial stouts that can really hit your nose hard. So it looks great, though. I'll tell you what, it looks great. Let's get to the taste here. Wow. That's pretty impressive. You know, it's funny, out of the YouTube ratings, Master of Hoppets gave this an 87 out of 100. I liked his review, by the way. He does a great job. Chad's beer review gave it a thumb sideways, 5 out of 10. He didn't care for it, but he did say it wasn't his style. But he said people who it was their style may like it, but who it wasn't their style, wow, really soapy lacing. Looks like literally like soap. One thing I try and do is kind of rate it according to its style. Sure, I don't drink the style. I may like something else. But I kind of take that into account and say, well, is this a beer that I could pick up if I didn't like the style and say, hey, that's nice. And then what do I think they were trying to go for? Looking at their the pale with the both refreshing and herbal bite. I think they did a good job. It's definitely got the drying. I thought it was going to be more bitter. A couple of the people who reviewed it said that the aftertaste was really bitter, but I'm not getting that at all. I think Chad said it was chalky, but I mean, it's drying, but I wouldn't say chalky or anything. Yeah, that's good. That's smooth. It reminds me a little bit of like a cross between Hair of the Dog Ruth and Bitter American from 21st Amendment. Like, it's got that mellow smoothness that Bitter American does, but it's got almost that the hops almost give it that, and the drawing give it the mouth feel and almost the flavor profile similar to the American Pale Ale Ruth from Hair of the Dog, which I really liked. It had those grapefruit notes. This isn't quite grapefruit. It's almost astringent with a little lemon in it. But it's pretty solid. I mean, I like I said, this isn't my style, but so far this is pretty impressive. I mean, this is one of the top pilsners, and I could see this being an excellent choice. Yeah, it's got kind of a, it's got almost kind of a, it's very smooth with a little bit of almost a refreshing but sweet malt body that kind of hides a pretty mellow in a way but still apparent hop profile. So it's kind of like, I don't know, it'd be like a real smooth and refreshing IPA. So yeah, for taste, no question for me, I'm going to go 4.5 on that. Really solid, solid beer. I think they hit the mark. Mouthfeel is going to be about a 3.5, and drinkability, I'm going to go a 5 because it's very drinkable. It's well built. It's not too large of a beer. It reminds me, like I said, taking a smaller beer and trying to, maybe a little lower ABV, a little less IBUs, and trying to get a big flavor out of it that's still balanced is a difficult task, and I think they did a good job. That's what reminds me of Bitter American a little bit. It also reminds me of Hibernation Ale a little bit. That is another one that has a great flavor for a beer that's not too large. Anyway, so I'm going to give this a solid B+. I feel like I could go A- if I knew more about the category, but since I'm not a big Pilsner drinker, I feel like I'll review it again in a year, and after I've tried some other pilsners and get a little bit more experience, maybe it'll go to my A- category. But for now, I'll do a 91 out of 100. Very solid. I know it's good. You don't get 1,700 ratings and get 100% for the style and A- if it isn't an exceptional out of that category. So top beers in this category are Emerson's Pilsner, Organic Pilsner on RateBeer, and this is the #1 on BeerAdvocate. So local options, if you're in Eastern Washington or even kind of the Northwest, Victory Prima Pils is 4th on RateBeer, and BeerAdvocate it's #1, and then you just go down the line. Most of all the ones we can get here, Victory Sapphire Pils is #2 on RateBeer, Victory Tetniger Pils is #9, Dogfish Head's Johnny Ralton Pils is 13, and then Victory Spalt Pils is 18. So they really dominate this category. So I will say join the conversation. Check us out online. You can go to Facebook, like our Facebook page. It's at Facebook.com/BeerDisciples. If you want to suggest a beer for us to review, hit us up at the BeerDisciples@gmail.com. You can also send us beer mail. We are open to trades. If you want to be a guest on the show, you're in Eastern Washington, hit us up. Bring a beer by. We'll review it with you. And till then, I'll say cheers.